Mhm. Hey, Dr. Jessica Houston, founder of expectingvictory.com, as well as the Elite Speakers Institute. And I have a question for you. Are you willing to not subscribe to suffering? So, y'all, I'm in the middle of taking my lashes off. Um, so it is what it is. If it falls off, then I might, girl, just do this video. So anyway, do not subscribe to suffering. That's something I've been thinking about because for so long I subscribed to suffering and I aligned with what I was feeling, not realizing that how you feel has nothing to do with who you are. And so when I started really studying identity and who am I and who do I desire to be, I began to recognize and realize that I am not how I feel. And so sometimes these emotions pop up, like you're angry, you're sad, you're frustrated, you have anxiety, all of these different emotions, jealousy, feeling like a failure. Like, and trust me, I've felt every one of those emotions at some point. And so I started thinking about the importance of emotional awareness. So basically, being aware of how you're feeling emotionally, how you're feeling physically, but definitely emotionally. And like, are you in a good place? Are you truly happy or are you pretending to be happy? Because there's nothing like authentic happiness. And that doesn't mean that your life is perfect. It just means that you're making a choice that, in spite of what you're dealing with at that time, that you are still choosing to be happy. And I'm not saying you're going to be happy every day, right? We're not going to be living in La La Land or Disneyland, but you do want to strive to be happy on most days. And my goal is always at least 80% of the time I want to be happy. And sometimes you got to feel like crap first because you got to deal with all of the stuff that you've allowed to pile up. Because what we do is, oh, I want to be happy. Then we suppress and we repress and we act like nothing is going on. And that's not the way to get to better. The way to get to better is to be honest with yourself about how you're feeling, feel it, experience it. Like, yes, this is the feeling right now, but this is not me. This is not my identity. This is not my life. And I know that things are going to get better. And so once you call it out, you experience it, you release it, and you remind yourself that that feeling is not you. And you remind yourself that you are not going to stay in that place. Like, you've got to put a time limit on it. How long are you going to give yourself? 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours to get it all out? And then, okay, it's time to move on. I'm not subscribing to this anger. I got to let go. I got to forgive. I got to step into a place of peace. I got to fix these habits that are not aligned with where I say I want to go. I got to fix these habits, these mindsets, these thoughts, these beliefs, these words I'm speaking that are not aligned with who I say I desire to become. And so I want to challenge you to not keep putting it off, but decide today that you are no longer going to be that person. You are no longer going to identify with the identity that you've created for yourself, that you are going to begin to separate facts from your false narrative, right? Is this the truth? It is what I'm saying about me, is what I'm saying about who I am. Like, just really simple with my daughter, she had to give a presentation in class and she was like crying and, oh, I did awful. I was embarrassed. I was stumbling. I was fumbling. And she was like, Mom, I'm just not a good speaker. I'm just not a speaker like you. And I said, stop. You get to choose your identity. You get to choose who you are. And so I don't want you to say you're not a good speaker. You're just starting, you're a kid. Give yourself some grace. You can learn that skill, but I don't want you to say that you're not a good speaker. And so it's just things like that. I'm not a healthy person. I'm not an outgoing person. You come up with all of these reasons why you can't be who you say you want to be. Instead, I need you to come up with the reasons why you must be the person you say you want to be. Don't subscribe to suffering. Take the limits off. There's no, I mean, you can't even perceive what's in store for you if you just decide to take the limits off. Until next time, take care.